guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Savannah Smiles, and let's flip that back. At the time of filming this video, the Chief Quality Control Officer of this channel, my cat Ramsey, is in the room with me. I definitely today am going to be putting that whole cats don't understand English thing to the test today. We'll see after this if he actually lets me live in this house anymore, because we all know that Ramsey is the real patriarch of this household. Anyone that has a cat definitely knows that there are some things that come with owning a cat that maybe aren't the most pleasant. For as sweet and cuddly they can also be really sassy and hurtful. And I mean hurtful in the way of like emotionally, and also, you know, they have claws. My parents had a cat when I was very young, but honestly I don't remember it. So Ramsey is the first cat I've had any experience with. Besides my aunt, who occasionally I would help out with her cats and dogs, everyone I was around until about the age of 20 were dog people. To say that cats and dogs are a little bit different is an understatement. I definitely think some of the things I hate that Ramsey does are just due to the differences between cats and dogs, and the fact that I am just more used to the mannerisms of a dog for some of them. Anyways, here are 5 things I hate about my cat Ramsey. Okay, he's sleeping, so he must not be listening, so I should be good. At the top of this list is definitely that Ramsey cuts off his own water supply and can't figure out that he is the cause behind it. Ramsey used to try to exclusively drink water from the sink, and after some research I discovered that was because cats like to drink running water. Luckily for me, this was an easy fix. I went to Amazon and bought a pet fountain for $27. Link in description. It definitely fixed the sink issue. It has a nice 4-layer filtration filter which keeps the water fresh tasting, which Ramsey appreciates. In order to keep the fountain flowing, it has a tiny little motor at the bottom of the fountain which pushes filtered water through the top of the fountain, where it flows down from a tiny little flower. The water then hits a shallow tray in which Ramsey drinks the water from. The only drawback with this fountain is that it needs to be plugged in to keep the little motor running. For whatever reason, Ramsey finds it completely necessary to pull the fountain away from the plug every single time he takes a drink from it. Inevitably unplugging it about every 10th time he takes a drink. Almost immediately, once it gets unplugged, he throws a fit until someone plugs it back in. Yes, Ramsey throws fits like a toddler. It's fun to watch, but it is not fun to deal with. Like a baby, Ramsey doesn't talk, so it's a guessing game every single time he throws a fit to find the cause of it. So on top of the needing to fix the issue, you also have to figure out what the issue is in the first place. This is a constant never-ending cycle that he can't seem to figure out he is doing to himself. You would think for how smart cats are, he would be able to figure out that every single time he pulls it away from the wall, the water stops running, but unfortunately he has not come to that realization yet. Every single time I have to go plug it in, I slightly lose hope that he is going to learn to stop unplugging it from the wall. Maybe one day he'll come to that realization, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon.
The acoustics are gonna be really bad in here, but as I was speaking of the fountain, I started to put this back together, and then I remembered I was working on this video, so I figured why not put it in. There is the plug, there is the fountain, and as you can see, he's ripped it from the wall again. And this time, because he couldn't get into there, he ripped off that, which I did move that around because I started to put it back together. But yeah, I was gonna replace the filter in it anyways, so it's fine, but I mean, this is a daily occurrence almost. I'm gonna try to put this in between so that way you can't see his food. I read something that they don't like seeing the food, and now instead of filling it up with tap water from the sink, I'm going to be filling it up with, no dude. I'm gonna be filling it up with fridge water going forward. I thought he wasn't too spoiled for tap water. I mean, half the time I drink tap water, but evidently not. He wants fridge water. Go. Dude!
The second thing I hate about Ramsey is his favorite way of getting attention at night. He thinks the best way to get attention from our sleeping selves is by opening cabinets and slamming them shut. He definitely knows it's a 100% effective way to get our attention at night, but it definitely is 100% a horrible way to wake up. This is so bad, it was almost the #1 thing I hate. However, I understand the logic. It's loud, it wakes us up, and we usually go to check out the source of the noise. We almost are forced with this one to give him attention. Either we shout and he gets the attention, or we ignore it and he just keeps going. It's a foolproof plan, and it's quite brilliant that he figured this out as a kitten. This, by the way, has been going on for months. The first few times he did this, we thought someone was breaking into the house, which was terrifying. Even now, when we are half awake and he does it, it takes a second for us to realize it's just Ramsey in the cabinets. Since this has been going on for so long, I highly doubt he's gonna stop slamming cabinets in the middle of the night. I guess this is my life until he decides it's not fun anymore. The third thing I hate is that Ramsey has decided that the best time to clean his butthole is when we are having dinner at the dinner table. For those of you who follow Graham and myself on Instagram, you definitely have seen instances of this on our story before. The thing with this though is that he can't do it across the room. He has to do it on the dinner table in which we are eating dinner. It's very gross to see in general, but I definitely don't want to see it on the same table that I'm seated at eating. It is 100% rude and I am not here for it. I have even tried nicely asking him to stop, but he just keeps going at it. I don't know if this is a cat thing to groom themselves when they know someone is watching. I just don't want this to be happening when I am trying to eat a dinner I spent an hour cooking. Just to clarify too, I don't mind if he grooms himself on the table while we're eating. I just don't understand why he has to groom his butthole while we're up on there eating. The fourth thing I hate with Ramsey is that he will find any way to eat and end my plants. Luckily though, I have found that Sansevieria snake plants are pretty much the only plants he will leave alone. As a result, all of my plants have been strategically placed so that way he cannot get a hold of them while we are not looking. This means a lot of our plants are high up without nearby access points to the plants. This room definitely has the largest amount of plants, and I always leave the door closed because otherwise he will sneak in here and chew on every single plant within his reach. He is pretty much only allowed to be in here when I am in here because then I can stop him from demolishing everything. Even with me in here, I catch him plotting on how to get a hold of my plants without me noticing. I can't say I blame him though, he doesn't have a job or any responsibilities. If I was a cat, I'd probably spend most of my day plotting on how to get a hold of plants as well. At the bottom of this list, and definitely the weirdest one on this list, is I hate when he feels the need to put his butthole a few inches away from my face. He loves to position his rear end towards our faces and stretch, and I just don't get it. Is he trying to show us that he did a bad job of cleaning himself after using the litter box? I don't understand, and I definitely don't need a butthole a few inches away from my face at any given point during the day. I don't need to see it. I will keep telling Ramsey with this one, I do not want to see it until he finally stops putting it like so close to my face. Obviously, I still adore Ramsey, even though he does all these things I don't like. I think living with anyone, even a pet, you're gonna find mannerisms and habits that you just don't like. Since I just spent this whole video not necessarily saying the nicest things about Ramsey, I'm gonna put some footage in here of him being an absolute cutie pie. But before I do that, I just kind of want to shout out some new stuff that's going on in the merch store. Spooktober, as I like to call it, which is pretty much September and October, is like my favorite time of year. And to celebrate it, I wanted to put out new merch for this time. It's going to be running from September 1st to October 31st. If you want to check out the merch, including this jacket that I have been wearing for the whole video, definitely check out the link in the description below, and on with the cute Ramsey clips.
Okay, let's see. It's so cute.
Alright guys, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the smash button. I have my Amazon affiliate links down below. I have my Robinhood link. I have my American Express link. If you want to use the American Express and get free travel points, you get points, I get points. It's a great deal. So if you want to do that, that is down below. Graham's Weeble link is also down below. His mentorship, all of those good things. You guys know the drill. My merch is going to be down below in the description. So go click on that. Go check it out. I'm really, really excited about this Spooktober merch. It's going to be running from September 1st to October 31st, so definitely go check that out. And with that said, don't forget to end the video